Hey Billy, Terry here, simpleswingthoughts.com. Finally getting to your video. I thought I'd done it earlier, sorry about that. But anyway, we're getting to it right now. Now listen, Billy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down your iron swings, okay? And then we'll get to your driver swings after we sort of correct or sort of alter your iron swings, okay? So what I've done here is I've got you on the screen with a golfer from the UK, Mr. Kingston. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare your swings and your body positions so I can get you going right now on some swing adjustments. And then when I get into the 18-week swing into spring course, which starts actually tomorrow, then you'll be a little more in tune with what's going on. So what I've done is I've slowed you down here on your iron swing, and I'm going to back you up just a little bit, Billy. I'm going to back you up to about right here at address. And I like your address. I like your setup. I like how your arms extend down, hang down naturally. I like your body position here. I like the slight knee bend. And we're going to see how that works with your swing. Now, over here with Mr. Kingston, let's sort of compare his setup a little bit here. Now, there's one thing. I think you said you're hitting a 7-iron. What you might want to do, Billy, is sort of look at your, I'm going to draw a line here for you. You might want to look at your, as your arms hang down right here, you might be a little extended here, okay? You may want to look at that because as you can see with Mr. Kingston, his arms are hanging more straight down. You're kind of reaching for it just a little bit. You may want to adjust that maybe an inch or so and just sort of stand over the ball and just see where your arms naturally hang. Okay, now as we move forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to your takeaway. I really like your takeaway. Your takeaway is really right on cue. I like the way your arms extend here. Now I know it's the camera angle because we're a little bit to the left of your swing, but I can see how your arms are nicely extended. Okay, I see how the shaft is getting a lot of extension, a lot of what I call separation from your body. Your body's quiet, your arms have swung around. Now let's take a look at Mr. Kingston. Let's see how he's doing here on his swing. Now we're a little bit more behind him, so we'll see it just a little more defined here. Looks pretty good, looks pretty good. Now the only reason why your arms are a little more extended, maybe you have a little longer club, but see his arms are a little closer to his body. You may be just a little too far extended out here. Don't really know yet until we get to your downswing. But again, that might be a slight adjustment you might want to take a look at because everything else is looking pretty good. Now, as I come back to your backswing, I like the way the club goes up, and I like the way you came up into your backswing. Now, there's one thing you may want to correct on this, Billy, is you see how when Mr. Kingston goes up into his backswing, you see how he stays more connected. You see how his club doesn't really go too far this way. Let me draw another line for you here. I want to just show you this real quick. You see how his club stays like right on this line here with his forearm. Now you see how you got kind of disconnected. You see how your club kind of went this way a little bit. Now in golf, that's a big deal because what happens is that's going to probably show up on your downswing. Okay, so you might want to control that backswing just a little more. You don't have to go quite to parallel on your short irons, okay? And this will muscle memory you into all your other clubs once you understand the flow of the backswing. Now, as we come down on the backswing, come down on the downswing. Now let's see what happens. I like the way you drop your arm. You're trying to drop your arms good. I like that. I like the way you're dropping your arms. Now, right here, when you drop your arms, you see how your club is really inside your ball? And here again, I'm going to draw another line for you. You see how your club handle is dropped like well inside the ball right here. Okay, we need to fix that because the only way you're going to be able to recover and get your club head on the ball is you're going to have to cast that club or come over the top to get to the ball. Let me show you an example over here with Mr. Kingston. Now, when he's over the ball, Let me get out here. When he's over the ball, notice when he drops his arms. Okay, let's look at the difference. You see the angle. Okay, you see his angle here. Again, I'm going to draw another line here. You see his angle of the ball. The club and the handle of the ball are right on the ball. Okay, you see, so he's going to come straight down with it, where you're kind of a little upright. Okay, now you're going to see that show up as you make contact with the ball. So notice as you come through. I'm sorry, let me see. Notice as you come through. Notice you see how your club is tracking from the outside. See, you kind of casted that club, and now you're having to recover because of that steep drop, because the club wasn't coming from this angle, okay, from the inside. See, now you're coming over the top, okay, right there, and now you're having to recover by throwing your body at the ball and just sort of, again, coming over the top on a cast. Now, let's look at Mr. Kingston over here. As like I said, because he's coming through on the ball, okay? And I'm gonna get out of this just for a second. We're gonna see Mr. Kingston come through the ball now. As he comes down, notice as he drops into his position, notice where see right here, notice where your two club shafts are. See, you're kind of over the top. See, your club shaft, Billy, needs to be right there, okay? Because that's where Mr. Kingston's is. You see, his club's here. See, in your swing, if he swung like you, his club would be right there. So that's an easy adjustment. So don't worry about that. Now, what's going to happen is what you're seeing here is a classic example. You see your head position, and I know that you've heard me preach head position from day one. Your head is now moving over the ball. Okay, notice Mr. Kingston's. He's going to actually get his head further behind the ball, okay, as his club comes through. Because you're in front of the ball, the only place your club can go is this way, okay, whereas his is going to swing out. So very, very important. You've got to keep your head position behind the ball so everything else can clear. Okay, now let's move on to the follow through here. And again, as you get to the follow through, you see how you kind of cut across that ball? So you come through, you cut across it. But I like the way your head stayed down. Okay, your head did stay down here. It's just moved too far forward. Okay, I like the way I like the way you're keeping your head down. It just moved a little bit too far forward at impact. So you cut across the ball, and I like the follow through. You came up in the follow through. Now let's just take a look at Mr. Kingston as he comes through the ball. You see, as he comes through the ball, right here, his head position is behind the ball. So now everything can clear. Let me draw some lines on Kingston here. Because his head is more or less behind the ball, what happens is now everything can clear naturally from his hips to his shoulders. Okay? And then when he comes up to his follow through reflects that as he just basically comes up real natural, real smooth, and that kind of thing. Now notice how his back is more relaxed on the follow through, whereas yours is moving forward. You see the tension in your right calf here, because you try to hold it off. You tried to come into the ball. You tried to hold the club off a little bit because you felt the cast. Your body felt the cast, so you've got a little more tension in your right calf. Whereas Mr. Kingston's got a real natural flow. There's no tension in his right leg because of how his weight shifted through. So I want you to work on this, Billy. Work on these tips right here. And what's going to happen is that's going to move over into your driver, into your other irons. Okay, so work on that. Again, work on the head position, dropping the club straight down behind the ball as your head stays behind the ball so you can move through it a little more naturally. Okay, so I'm going to post this on your own golf pod, Billy. I'm going to send you a link on your own golf pod. And what I want you to do is comment on your golf pod back to me, because that's the way I'm moving the network now into my golf pod, so I can communicate with you guys a lot better, because this is going to be an ongoing thing. Okay? All right, Billy, hope this helps. Please give me feedback on it. And again, send me the improved swing so we can go from there. I'm going to actually post some swings of golfers who have improved their swing with us and show you the difference, and you can get there too. Okay? Take care, Billy. Talk to you soon, and I should get this out to you sometime tomorrow. Today's Thursday, November 6th. I might get to it this evening, but if not, I'll get this to you tomorrow on the 7th of November. Okay? Thanks, Billy. Talk to you soon.